Hi everyone. One of the most often questions I get asked as a travel agent is, what types of transportation is there available once you get to Disney World? Obviously, Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida is a very large area of land. There's 4 parks. There's all kinds of ways to get around. Once you are on Disney property, there are several different modes of transportation that you can do, and so I wanted to use this video as an opportunity to go over some of those for you. What you are seeing here is actually a horse-drawn carriage that you can take once you enter Magic Kingdom all the way down Main Street. Now, this doesn't run all of the time and it doesn't run all day long. It just runs a couple of times first thing in the morning when the park first opens. So we jumped on it just to take a little stroll down Main Street, something we had never done before on any of our previous trips. So if you would like to, please subscribe, like, comment. I would love for you to interact with my videos so that I can continue to produce more content for you. My favorite mode of transportation at Disney is the Skyliner. I try to book most of my clients on one of the Skyliner resorts if it works out. There are value, moderate, and deluxe resorts available on the Skyliner. This is a little ride through the sky. It's a large gondola. Each one of those cars can actually hold up to 12 people. They do typically a pretty good job of just keeping you with your party alone, maybe adding a couple extra people in there. And this Skyliner goes from Pop Century and Art of Animation Resort all the way over to Hollywood Studios, and then also all the way over to Epcot. Outside of Epcot, you can stay at the Beach Club, the Yacht Club, the Boardwalk. The Swan and the Dolphin are also right there. You can stay at the Riviera Resort. There's a stop there. The main hub for the Skyliner is actually outside of Caribbean Beach Resort. And then, as I already said, you have Pop Century and Art of Animation on the other end. The Skyliner is very quick. Even if there is a long line, we have found that the line moves very, very quickly for you to get on. And it is just a nice, fun little ride in the sky to be able to get you from point A to point B. We have found the Skyliner to be very efficient. The only time the Skyliner is not going to be running is when there is inclement weather in the area. They do actually keep very close ties on this because it does take quite a while to unload the Skyliner, that if there is thunder or lightning even far away, it may be sunny right there at Walt Disney World, but they keep an eye on it. Here you can see this taking off all the way up into the sky. We have left Pop Century Resort, which you can see my video about the Pop Century Resort itself. It's one of my favorite value resorts and where I try to guide people to most often that are looking for a good value for their stay at Walt Disney World. You go right over the lake and it takes you over to Caribbean Beach, which is the main hub. Caribbean Beach will be off to one side, and then you will get off of the Skyliner that you are currently on coming from Pop Century and Art of Animation. Then you will either get on one to go to Hollywood Studios, or you will get on one to go to Riviera and then on to Epcot. Just let you enjoy the view from the Skyliner ride. Another option is the monorail. This is going to be for deluxe resorts that are right outside of Magic Kingdom, and then it also goes over to Epcot. So if you are staying at the Contemporary, if you are staying at the Grand Floridian, or you are staying at the Polynesian, you can use the monorail to get from one point to the other. It goes to both Magic Kingdom, and then it goes over to the Ticket and Transportation Center, and then you can also go over to Epcot from there. The monorail has been there since the beginning of Walt Disney World and is one of those things that you always have to ride at least once when you are there for a Disney visit. The monorail can hold quite a few people, so you will always see large groups of people coming on and off, especially at high travel times. So once you are on there, they will give the announcement that the doors are closing, and they close it all up. One of the benefits of this, as well as the Skyliner, is that you can actually walk your stroller, or if you have one of the ECVs, you can just take that right on there without having to collapse it to get on a bus like you would if you were getting on one of the bus transportation. So you can just wheel your stroller on there, which is great if you have a kiddo that has fallen asleep. You can just wheel them right on there and move on. All of the resorts do have bus transportation to the resorts. These are used for Skyliner resorts when you have inclement weather, also to the resorts that doesn't have Skyliner access. You have buses that go to all 4 parks. You have buses that go to all of the resorts. The buses are running continuously from before the park opens till after the parks close and get you from point A to point B. They are handicap accessible, so you can wheel your ECV on there. You may transfer or lock it in depending on your mobility. If you have a stroller, you do have to collapse the stroller down to get on there. One of my favorite things that we finally got to do for the first time is to call a minivan, M-I-N-N-I-E, as in Minnie Mouse. These are actually run through the Lyft app, so you would go through the Lyft app to request the minivan. It is a little more expensive than your normal Lyft vehicle, but you get to ride in style with all of your mini polka dots. So these are only being able to be used on Disney property. So if you are traveling from one location on Disney property to another location on Disney property, you have the ability to get one of these. They have smaller vehicles and they have larger vehicles, which is great. And it's an easy way to get from point A to point B. You'll see here they even have ECV accessible, handicap accessible minivans as well, if that is what you need for your party. It's a fun, quick, easy way to get from door to door without having to deal with the bus wait or the long trip from the bus up to it. Lastly is going to be boat travel. There are several resorts and parks that are connected through boat travel. So if you are staying at Beach Club, Boardwalk, Yacht Club, Swan and Dolphin, you can take a boat either to Epcot or you can take a boat to Hollywood Studios. At Hollywood Studios, it takes you right over to where you would just walk on in. At Epcot, it's going to be the back entrance to World Showcase, which is the same entrance if you were to take the Skyliner. You would be entering through the same. There are boats also that go from Wilderness Lodge over to Magic Kingdom and back. There is additionally a ferry that takes you to the Ticket and Transportation Center. If you are parking at the Ticket and Transportation Center, you can take a large ferry boat over to Magic Kingdom. But the Friendship boats have been around forever and ever, and they are a quick and easy way if you just want to sit back and relax and let someone take care of the transportation for you. You can just hop on and hop off of those boats. I like to stand and watch, waiting for the boat to come in and seeing what little critters you can find in the water. Often I see turtles floating around or different fish swimming in the water, and it takes you all the way across, and it's usually a beautiful view as you are passing the different resorts and heading over to the parks. Here you can see the boats that is leaving Magic Kingdom and sailing across the lagoon. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick little video. I hope you learned that you can have many different options for transportation from your resort to the parks and back and everything in between. Have a wonderful day.